I was holding my daughter last night, and I was thinking, what would be the most impressive thing that I could tell her about Nikolas? And I knew right away that it was his capacity to love. He had wisdom beyond his years about love. He loved so generously and so genuinely. I really truly think that he believed that it could conquer all odds. And I know that he believed that it could rise strong and steady before people who would continually try to tear it down. I will miss my nephew for the rest of my life. I'm so glad he loved you, Emily.
I'd like to tell you about the man I loved. Every little girl who hears the story of Cinderella waits for the day her own prince will come. She tries on her mother's shoes, pretending it's the glass slipper. She waltzes by herself in the dark of her room, imagining that she's in her prince's arms. And then reality sets in, and the little girl realizes that princes live in fairy tales and rarely in the real world. But I was incredibly lucky. Not only did I find a real-life prince, but he loved me as much as I loved him. I beat the prince odds, at least for a while. Alexis, you said that you learned something new about love from Nikolas, and that it struck my heart, because I did too. I learned of its fearsome strength, that it was stronger than age-old vendettas and plots and lies, that it was stronger than cancer. And yes, I'm learning now that it's stronger than death. Nikolas may not be here in this room with us, but I can feel his love all around. And I know that if he could speak to us, he would tell us to love and to value each other.
Oh, stop it. No more of this sanctimonious drivel from all of you lying hypocrites. Everyone in this room is responsible for Nikolas's death. And I vow on all that is unholy that every one of you will pay. None of you will escape my wrath. Everyone who played a part in Nikolas's death will end up as cold and still as he is today. Oh, Luke Spencer, for foisting your miserable excuse for a wife on my family and then forcing her to turn her spineless back on her eldest son, and then killing the father that Nikolas should have had, and leaving him at the mercy of that worthless Stefan. Oh, and Alexis, oh, little Alexis, for encouraging Nikolas to turn his back on his rightful legacy. And the Quartermaines? Oh, the Quartermaines, they allowed their mongrel stepdaughter to seduce my grandson from his calling as the future of his family. But most importantly...
All right, that concludes the freak show portion of this evening's entertainment.
I will not be silenced by you.
The hell you won't. Nikolas got a raw deal, you're right. But not from Alexis, not from Emily, not from the Quartermains. Nikolas had the bad fortune to be the only human being to ever fall off your demented family tree. He was a decent kid, no thanks to you and your kind. Everything good about him was because of his mother. Everything. Now, I chose not to get close to him. But I knew him well enough to know he wouldn't want you here spitting venom at the people he loves. So, I'm gonna do one last thing to honor my wife's son. I'm giving you the heave-ho out of his memorial service. You can go voluntarily, or it'll be my pleasure to drag you out by your dripping fangs.
This is not the last time you people will hear from me.
Maybe not, but that's it for this evening.